Hello everyone and welcome to another Thomas video. So today we're taking a look at mono red Stompy in Thomas format. So I've been kind of meaning to take a look at this deck ever since we got the Pyrogoyf. So now I get to finally have a chance to sit down and take a look at this deck today. Apparently there's already a pretty good working mono red Stompy I saw from gathering.gg. But there was one particular card that I didn't really like, which was the Anji's Ravager. I was quite surprised to see this card in the deck, and I was also quite surprised to see no Blood Moons or Chalice of the Void at all in the deck as well. So I was curious. So that's why I'm taking a look at this deck today. But again, I did mention that I don't really like Anji's Ravager because the fact that this card forcefully attacks every single turn, which means it can be very, very bad against things like Reanimators or even something like an Ajani. If an Ajani is on the battlefield, you have to attack every single turn. That is a bad news for you. But there is a reason why this deck is playing something like an Anji's Ravager. That is because this deck is more Stompy. This deck is more Stompy with the Pyrogoyf. It wants to finish really fast. It is also playing something like a Detective Phoenix, which is really cool because you attack with the Ravager and you get to discard a bunch of cards every single turn. That means you're fueling for the Detective Phoenix, which is really good. In theory, it's really good. But I think there is actually a better card for this that doesn't require an attack every single turn. And it's not Pyromancer. And that is this card called Byway Barter. This raccoon here is actually so sick. It's super simple, 3 mana 3/3, so same stats as Anji's Ravager, and it has Menace as well. So whenever you expand 4, which means that you spent 4 mana to cast a spell this turn, which is really incredibly easy to do, considering that this deck plays 4 copies of One Ring, plus now we have 4 copies of Pyrogoyf as well. So we got a lot of 4 mana cards, plus a lot of 3 mana cards, and because this deck doesn't play Chalice of Void, which means that we also play a lot of 1 mana cards as well, so you can combo the 3 mana cards into 1 mana card, and then voila, you get to discard your hand and draw 2 cards. So you do draw 1 less cards, but this is a controlled discard. In my book, I think that's way better, plus the fact that the raccoon has a menace is actually so sick. So honestly, I'm excited to try the Pyrogoyf finally. So I think that I'm gonna be hopping over to some Thomas BO3 to show you guys how that does. So let's hop on over. Right, let's take a look at this deck today. Decent. 4 lands with the 1 ring. Belcher. Okay, well, if that's the case, I guess we kind of have to delay it using our trusty Ragavan. I'm gonna save the... Might have to... maybe I should have gotten rid of the Lightning Bolt. Oh, I made a mistake. Yeah, I made a mistake there. So we know opponent didn't have Dark Ritual last turn. Okay. Okay. We took a sacrifice. So what's sick here is I can play the raccoon and then discard everything to reanimate the Phoenix, which is kind of sick. So we're playing against Belcher. could be maybe Vortex is good. Yeah, maybe Vortex is good. Unholy Heat out. Maybe Bolts out. Same with the Fury. Maybe I'll actually slot in some Blood Moons instead of a Fury. Okay, that's a mulligan. That is another mulligan. What's going on? That was such a brutal mulligan. That was so brutal. Wow. Goblin, Charbelcher. I think I might want to just do this now. Nah. We have to pressure them. Well, we have a chance with the flute. I was thinking about doing this, but yeah. So strip mine, play one ring. We have a bit of a clock now, though. So we gotta, like, find Pyrogoyf fast as possible. Okay, we found a one ring. Blow that up. Wow. Mulliganing to 4 actually worked out. I mean, I actually didn't have a choice because I didn't get a single red source. Boo. We're on the draw. If I don't get a land, this is pretty bad. But if I get a land, this is really good. A lot of affinities recently, huh? Lots of affinities. Or Ancient Tomb would be a very nice draw as well. Definitely getting 4 power down on turn 1. Pretty good, I would say. We didn't get any of that sort. Not even a land. Right. Blood Moon in. Meltdown in. Flute in. Okay, we've been mulliganing a lot. I'm kind of curious what the... I'm pretty sure we have enough lands. 13, 15, 17, 21, 25. So we've been mulliganing to like 4 just to see 2 lands, even last match? What's going on? What is going on here? Honestly, Blood Moon's kind of meh, actually, thinking about it. Blue can be nice. Kind of thinking about getting rid of Detective Phoenix here. I think the Fury is very nice for getting rid of these drones. We gotta cut 3 cards, which is kind of hard. 1 ring and a Fable. Actually, you know what? Magus can go down probably instead of a Fable. Yeah, we are just not finding our red sources. There's 16 copies of red sources in a 25 land deck, but we just have a very, very hard time finding it. So we don't keep these. We want to keep the Meltdown. We want to keep that. I guess Lightning Bolt's gone. Because I'm playing this now, right? Yeah, definitely kind of awkward. Because we had the Mulligan and then we had a Chrome Mox there. Now the Raccoon kind of looks a little bit questionable. Especially with the Meltdown. Getting rid of our Chrome Mox here. I could have taken it slow and just played, Oh yeah, I think I'm just running out the Meltdown then. If this is happening. I'm getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? I think that's worth it. Seems like they have a Kappa Cannoneer if they did this. This is a good draw. Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, they still surrendered. I didn't see the Shadow Spear. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, Rolling Vortex might be pretty good. All things considered. Now that I think about it, Rolling Vortex looks really, really strong. I'm gonna go down on Ragavan this game. Yeah, we got Rolling Vortex. I'm not sure if that's gonna be fast enough though. Like if they have the same start yet again, we might be kinda screwed. But we do have a Lightning Bolt for the Emissary coming down here. If they do the same thing. Yeah, if I could play the Rolling Vortex here, that would have been nice. Alright, so I want to do this first. Thought cast. Each 0 mana spell costs 5 life, so I don't know if they want to do that. My plan is to get draw land, right? Into a Pyrogoyf. A Fury. I can't really cast a Fury, right? Because otherwise I'm gonna take 5 damage. I might have to block, though. I don't know. Land would have been the best. Is there no creatures in the yard? I might actually block still then, to just get another Pyrogoyf in there. Or, I mean... Okay, that's good. So now it's a 4-5. There's still no artifacts in there, right? Okay, that might actually put the artifacts in there. Okay, now it's a 5-6. I just need to draw land. Didn't draw land. I think I just killed these two. I take 5 damage, though. Because of the rolling vortex. I don't know, man. I don't know. Wow. Come on. Draw me a land, please. Draw me a land, please. One land and we win. No, say it ain't so. I don't think we can keep this. I feel like if you don't start with the Chrome Mox or Ancient Tomb, like, you're not playing the game. A lane into a Mother of Rune. Interesting that an energy deck is playing a Mother of Rune. Okay, Fury would go so hard right now. Right? Speaking of a Fury. Okay, speaking of a Fury. So I have to attack with this 2-2, huh? If I want to play it. Is it okay for me to trade it, though? Or I can strip mine their Sacred Foundry and then play Fury and then put the Detective Phoenix on there and then attack. Maybe that's better. Yeah, can't protect everything. Bit wasteful, but what can you do? Yeah, one ring would be a very nice find here. Johnny. They fetched a hallowed fountain. Ooh, that's a good one. So if I draw like a Pyrogoyf for the One Ring or even a Pinnacle Monk here, we're gonna draw a lot of cards. Or even Fury. Yeah, we have a Pyrogoyf, the One Ring, Fury, and Pinnacle Monk we can draw. And we'll draw 2 cards.
I will prove my worth to my pride.
Okay, that's annoying.
There is no world where my
But we do kill a Johnny in process. So I guess it's not too bad. So I'm gonna save this.
I have failed you, brother.
Hydroponics. This card's actually kind of insane. Like, wait, you're gonna really attack? Wow, okay. Okay. Ooh. Wait, that's only a 2-3. That's only a 2-3. Let's say I attack with this. Nah, let's just attack with the Phoenix. I think we won. Fun enough. Ooh, they had a swords. Okay. Playing this Pyrogoyf will put... What should I do? So... I can play the One Ring, just draw a card. And then see what I get with the Pyrogoyf, because I just need... Okay, we just need... What do we need? So we're gonna put an artifact, and we have to put an enchantment, right? What about a sorcery? Oh, that's gonna do it, actually. That is a sorcery. So, if I can get 1 land, they die, right? Yeah, they're dead. Now it's a 5 damage. Okay, alright. Fire magic in. Fire magic in. Get all the Ragavans out, and we'll play Lithomantic Barrage as well. I'll have one flute. Magus is good. Magus is good. But I think Blood Moon's slightly better in this matchup. And we need to take out 2 cards. Phoenix is good. Raccoon's really good. I guess since we're going second, we can potentially get rid of a land. Since we're playing 25. And we're on the draw. And we can maybe go down on a Raccoon, maybe. Basically, we become the control deck. I kind of like the fact that we have 2 lands into 1 ring. You know? Okay, we got a pretty nice card there anyways. Is this like a 5-color deck? Like, what is this? It could be a 5-color deck. So we want the Phoenix in the yard. I'm not sure about another Ancient Tomb. Magus. Magus. I mean, it might be good while we're at it. But if they have a removal spell, like a Lightning Bolt, it might be pretty bad. I think I'm just gonna play 1 ring. We need to find Fury, you know? Exercise. Exercise. So there's a bug at the moment. These basic lands, basic land type doesn't become basic if you play Magus of the Moon. I don't know if they fixed that yet. Oh, wow. That is a good one. That is indeed a good one. This is 3 mana, right? Might die here, though. If they go like a Goblin Bombardment.
It's not perfect, but we have peace.
Well, I guess they don't expect the fire magic, which is good. But we are taking a lot of damage. So we have to do it like this because we have the Lightning Bolt, right? If they have a removal spell. Like if they have instant speed removal to transform the Ajanian response, we have to play a Lightning Bolt here. I guess they don't have it. Another Amped Raptor. Not very happy about seeing that, for sure. That is a 5/6 Pyrogoyf. Wait, you still can't play it? What? 3, 4, 5? No. Okay, we somehow won. But that's only thanks to the bug though, right? This is not supposed to happen. This is still supposed to keep this because this is non-basic. As you can see, it's a basic land now. So it shouldn't turn into a mountain because basic is a super type and basic land and non-basic land types cannot exist in a single card. And basic basically overrides the non-basic part. So this is a bug. That's a mulligan. How okay, how do we only see one land in a 25 land deck? Okay, I usually don't complain about lands this much. Like just this session alone, I'm complaining more than I complained like in like my last like 6 videos. And it's strange because like it's a 25 land deck. I expect more from a 25 land deck than I do in like a 20 or 22 land decks that I usually play, you know? So I'm pretty sure that's where my disappointment is. The fact that like we're struggling to find the lands in a 25 land deck. I'm pretty sure that's really all it is. Wow, they really? What do you... Okay, I thought for sure they were like I thought for some reason they were going to reanimate my Fury for a second, but didn't happen. So what does that mean if they got rid of my Fury? They have a lot of small creatures. Yeah, it seems like that might be the case. They have like a lot of small creatures. Okay, so opponent's kind of thinking a lot. Landed to pass. Landed to pass. I would like to get more lands, please. I deserve those lands. We put 25 lands for a reason. Wow. That somehow hit. Yeah, that somehow hit. Magus of the Moon or this card. I guess Magus is pretty good now because it turns off like trip mines and stuff like that. Pyrogoyf. Yeah, kind of a bizarre game, isn't it? Also, we got kind of unlucky. Opponent drew 3 strip mines. Yeah, opponent's only drawing lands. They're probably only playing like 22 or 23 lands. And we're not drawing lands, and we're playing 25 lands. Ah, yay, yay. Why did they not... bubbled themselves? This is insane. This is actually insane. I mean, not that it would matter at the moment. Pyrogoyf. Yeah, honestly, that was a frustrating game. I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. These are some of the more frustrating games I played recently. Really shouldn't be happening, but it is. Okay, so we can protect our... I think we want to go Blood Moon turn 1. And then we gain some advantages with the Ragavan by attacking opponent a bunch of times. Okay, Fatal Push. Another land. Can we get like a 4-mana card, maybe? No? I'm actually not going to cast it because it's actually going to make their future Goyfs very big for me to like actually like push through. Yeah, I'm saving the Shattering Skull Smashing for their Goyf coming out potentially. So they finally got one land. Um, I'll play this as well. So 3, play this, and then 6. We're one off. We are one off. Yeah, if I, instead of a Ragavan, if I Pinnacle Monked, I would have done one more damage here, right? Okay, seems like a Blood Moon is very good against them. Maybe I want to have 4 copies of Magus of the Moon, if that's the case. Did my opponent disconnect? Seems like they did. I mean, I could pass back the turn. I was trying to pass back the turn, but the game didn't let me. Decent. We're going second though, so they're gonna have a 2-minute counter spell for that purpose. Yeah, they might have a 2-minute counter spell or a subtlety here. They do not have it. Okay, at least that's a... Okay, never mind. They just had a... They just have a swamp in the island there. Okay. Sure. The Pinnacle Monk. Yeah, Deathray Shaman's a very powerful card to have. There is 2 lands. So we have a Bolt. We do have a Bolt there. I guess they can try to transform. Yeah, transform into a Fatal Push.
Every plane has stories to respect the library.
Okay. Pyrogoyf does 3. Let's see. I think we just keep playing Pyrogoyfs. Okay. That's good. So we want a Blood Moon in this matchup for sure. Lithomantic Barrage. This can deal with the Transform Tameo pretty well. Plus a Psychic Frog to some extent. And we want the Flute for their Planeswalkers as well. Ragavan, decent, but I'd rather have like spot removals. I don't know. I'm gonna call it a land. Actually, let's cut this one instead. And I'll go down on a copy of, the raccoon. The raccoon! 2 lands. This one can't kill Deathray Shaman, so I'm gonna mulligan. Not very happy with this hand. Maybe I shouldn't have bottomed the One Ring. I should have bottomed the Fury. That was a bad one, I would say.
Nothing warm tale of fascinating story.
All right. Definitely not a bad draw there, considering they have no land. All right, GG's. Ooh, we have a. I kind of like this hand. Okay, hold up, hold the phone. Um, let's see. So we get rid of a Fury. No. We get rid of an Unholy Heat. Play the Raccoon. Next turn we play Pyrogoyf. We bin the Fury. And something else. I kind of want the Fury inside the graveyard because, no. No. And my plan. What? Ancient Tomb, hello? Okay, so they play a Fury here, okay. Ragavan. Ragavan. Ooh. That's a good one. I don't think I'm gonna strip mine here. I want to play my Fury next turn. Ouch. That's pretty bad, actually. Okay, so we got a mountain anyways. Oh, they have another Ancient Tomb. That's pretty bad. Kind of hoping that wasn't the case. So how do we win? Drawing a One Ring or I guess another Fury would do it. Wah, wah, wah. Surprised they didn't draw with the One Ring. Because they're gonna die next turn if they don't. I feel like they should have done it. Because they were gonna die to another Pyrogoyf, Lightning Bolt anyways. So they should have done it. They should have just drawn. So I think I should block like this. So Fury comes down. I think the last turn they should have definitely 100% drawn with the One Ring. I don't know what kind of trick they could have, so... Okay. Mirror match. I don't think there's anything for the mirror match. Is there? What's there to... I mean, I guess... Maybe Fire Magic? Instead of Magus? That's a good one. I'm gonna keep it. That's a bit annoying, but... What can you do? Tursa. I guess I have to do it now. I can't get Ragavan, so... No, I don't want to get rid of a Pyrogoyf. They have a Lightning Bolt. But I think I still have to do it. The opponent's stuck on lands. I'm gonna hold on to this because we already have a 3 mana here. Pyrogoyf. That's not a bad one. No. Why do we have a Fire Magic? Double removal? Okay, sure. Oh god. So we take 9. It's a lot of damage. Last card is a Chrome Mox, maybe? This card is so bad. It's not even gonna kill it. It's not even gonna kill one of the Pyrogoyfs. So we have to double block and then fire magic. Oh my god. What a tragedy. Lightning Bolt. Alright. What do I even slot in, though? There's nothing. We've just been mulliganing way too much every single game, right? We're just mulligan, mulligan, mulligan. It's actually insane. The amount of mulligans we took every single match feels a bit unreal. I guess a one ring waiting room. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? If Fury comes out. The saddest Pyrogoyf alive. I'm gonna keep this for a Fable. Yeah, we haven't drawn a Fable or One Ring. Both of us, actually. I mean, opponent drew One Ring in the first game, but in game 2 and 3 so far, none of us has drawn Fable or the One Ring. Which is a bit strange, I would say. Very, very strange. What are we missing? I guess we don't attack with the Pyrogoyf because of the Den of the Bugbear. Ooh. Ooh la la. I mean, that has to be good, right? We stole my opponent's Pyrogoyf. They could have fire magic if they're like me and then bringing a bad card in this match. Tentacle Emissary. Okay. I mean, I could just pass here. I could just pass here. This is actually pretty bad, huh? I'll just play it. As a kind of blocker, chump block maybe. Ursa as well. Let's see how opponent responds to this strip mine. So let's say I attack both of them. They block, they trade one of them. And then they go to... And then they still get to keep one of them. I think I just deny opponent's fourth land. And then we just sit back. Draw something good. Prowess. Oh wait, you still have to pay for it. Okay, that's a good card. That is a good card. Finally, some good card, right? So the reason why I didn't attack there was because this deck plays actually one Unholy Heat. So let's say they Unholy Heat 1, Chump Block 1, and then they play Ragavan into Lightning Bolt, then I'm dead. Alright, so we went 5-1 with the deck. I really wanted to play until I could show you guys some Raccoon plays. I mean, we saw once with the Raccoon, right? Raccoon came down, and then we played Pyrogoyf, and then that enabled the Raccoon to discard our hand, enabling our Pyrogoyf instantly dealing 5 damage. Or we also had like the Raccoon into the One Ring, and then the One Ring would trigger discarding everything in our hand so that the Detective Phoenix gets discarded. So which is actually better than this card in a sense that it enables the Pyrogoyf before you attack with it, or enabling the Phoenix before you attack with the Anji's Ravager. So this is a card that people have been playing in recently, and I don't quite like it because you're forced to attack every single turn, and the discard actually happens post-combat, which means that you can't even like haste this creature in, things like that. So, and that's one of the reasons why I started to play this Raccoon instead, which has been honestly really nice. You only got to see 6 matches today, but when I wasn't recording and I was kind of playtesting this deck, I did really enjoy Raccoons, and a lot more Raccoon actions were happening. Unfortunately, the decks that we played against today had a lot of Lightning Bolts, which meant that the raccoon just died instantly, which was, not the most fun part, I would say. But another thing about this card is that this is a 1 pip, right? You only need 1 red compared to something like Pyro. I do quite like Seasoned Pyro in a mono red Stompy, but as you can see, this is a 2 red pip. But it's actually not as bad as you think because the turns that you want to play Seasoned Pyro is when your hand is almost empty, which means that it's not something that you want to play out on turn 1 or turn 2. Like, so even though like Pyro is 2-color pip and doesn't synergize very well with the Ancient Tomb, it's still a pretty nice card. And not to mention, if a Magus of the Moon lands, right, it makes all the Ancient Tombs into a mountain. Yeah, definitely Pyro is an option you can play, but the Raccoon is really nice because it has Menace and it has 3 power. And it has a very good synergy with our deck, considering that most of our deck is 3 mana cards plus 4 mana cards. And compared to some of the mono red prisons that you see, this deck also has a lot of 1 mana cards, so playing a 3 mana card into 1 mana card also triggers the Raccoon as well. And also, things to consider with this card is that the Expend 4 goes on stack after you cast something like an Unholy Heat, and like I mentioned, Pyrogoyf. So if you have enough cards to discard, you can trigger the Delirium when you throw this thing, or you play a Pyrogoyf even though it has like 1 power because you're going to be discarding like the 1 ring and Detective Phoenix. Now all of a sudden you get like 3 more power because this is a enchantment creature plus an artifact, right? So things like that. We didn't really see like a Pyrogoyf or Kiki-Jiki action too much because like Kiki-Jiki with the Pyrogoyf is actually disgusting because the Pyrogoyf triggers on every other Goyf that comes onto the battlefield, so you kind of like double or triple the effect. So we didn't see that at all. So a lot of things I wasn't able to showcase. A lot of like very frustrating games too today. We are playing a 25 land deck. So like look, 13, 15, 15, 17, 21, and 25, right? Despite the deck playing 25, a lot of mulligans down to 5 or 4. It was a bit frustrating, so I apologize if you think I was complaining a little bit too much. Usually I try not to complain about lands, but today was an exception because I have a higher expectation, right? I have a higher expectation that I'm going to be drawing a land because I'm playing a 25 land deck, but when your expectations are betrayed, you get a little bit frustrated, you know? So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.